somebody, I don't care who, tell me what is going on.
Somewhere in the United States, a truck built for a 1980s film may still exist. It was a real vehicle assembled during the mid-1980s for a studio production, a modified freightliner known on screen as the Pork Chop Express, driven by the film's central character. The truck appeared during location filming in San Francisco, including shots crossing the Golden Gate Bridge and moving through the streets of Chinatown before production returned to soundstages at 20th Century Fox. But after filming ended, the trail disappears. No museum lists the truck in its collection. No verified auction record exists. No confirmed collector has presented documentation showing that the vehicle survived the production. Yet the vehicle itself became one of the most recognizable trucks associated with cult cinema from that era. Because unlike many other film vehicles, the Pork Chop Express was not preserved by a studio archive or transferred to a known private collection. After the final scenes were completed and the sets were cleared, the trucks simply left the production. For nearly 4 decades, fans, model builders, and film historians have attempted to determine where it went. The available documentation confirms that the truck was a mid-1980s Freightliner FLC 120 fitted with a custom sleeper cab built specifically for the film. It was painted in a gold and black color scheme, letter by hand, and used during principal photography in late 1985 and early 1986. It appeared both on location in San Francisco and on controlled stages at the Fox lot in Los Angeles. After that point, the historical record ends. No confirmed photographs have surfaced showing the truck after filming concluded. No studio disposal records have been publicly identified. The last documented moment of the vehicle's use occurred during the filming of the movie's final scene on a darkened soundstage. This is the story of the truck known as the Pork Chop Express, a custom-built vehicle created for a film production in the mid-1980s, used extensively during filming, and then lost to documented history. The origins of the truck are connected to the early development of the film itself. In the summer of 1982, screenwriters Gary Goldman and David Z. Weinstein sold a screenplay to 20th Century Fox. Their original story was structured as a Western. It combined elements of frontier adventure with Chinese mysticism and centered on a cowboy named Jack Burton who rode into town on horseback. In the earliest version of the script, Burton's horse was the object he valued most. It represented mobility, independence, and identity in the tradition of the Western genre. After Fox purchased the script, the studio assigned it to another writer for revision. W.D. Richter, known for his work on the adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension, reworked the story by moving the setting from the 19th century to the modern era. The core structure of the character remained intact. Jack Burton would still be a confident man who believed he understood events around him, even when he did not. In Richter's version, the cowboy became a truck driver. The horse became a semi-truck. That truck was the Pork Chop Express. Within the story, the vehicle served the same symbolic role that a horse would occupy in a Western. It was Burton's livelihood, his home on the road, and an extension of his identity. When the truck disappears during the events of the film, the loss is not only practical, but personal. When Burton drives it again at the end of the story, the vehicle resumes that symbolic role. The filmmakers, therefore, needed a truck that appeared specific to the character, rather than a generic prop. Production on Big Trouble in Little China began in October 1985. Director John Carpenter had approximately 10 to 12 weeks of pre-production before principal photography began. The overall shooting schedule was planned for roughly 15 weeks. Production designer John Lloyd oversaw the construction of extensive sets on Stage 6 at the 20th Century Fox lot. These sets recreated sections of San Francisco's Chinatown, including multi-story buildings, streets, and underground environments used throughout the film. At the same time, the production required a truck for Jack Burton. The base vehicle selected for the build was a Freightliner FLC 120 conventional cab from the mid-1980s. The FLC-120 was a working truck designed for long-distance freight hauling rather than film production. Its selection aligned with the character of Burton, who was portrayed as an independent driver hauling cargo and traveling long distances across the country. The standard sleeper configuration on the FLC-120 did not meet the visual requirements of the film. The production therefore fabricated a custom extended sleeper unit. This sleeper was wider and longer than the factory design and does not correspond to any standard Freightliner configuration from the period. The modifications were constructed specifically for the film. Because the sleeper dimensions were unique, scale model builders attempting to recreate the truck decades later have relied primarily on film stills and screenshots to estimate the proportions. The truck was painted in a gold and black color scheme. The name Pork Chop Express was applied to the doors. Additional visual details were added, including chrome figures mounted on the grille and lettering associated with the character. Once the modifications were complete, the truck was transported to San Francisco for location filming. Early scenes of the film were shot on location in San Francisco's Chinatown. During these sequences, the Pork Chop Express appeared in the real environment of the city. The truck was filmed crossing the Golden Gate Bridge and driving through the streets of Chinatown with camera vehicles accompanying it. These shots established the setting before the production moved primarily to studio stages. Most of the film was shot on the Fox lot, where Carpenter and Dean Cundey controlled the lighting environment. Cundey used large overhead lighting arrangements combined with silk diffusion to recreate the soft overcast light typical of San Francisco. The location footage differs visually from the studio material. The natural atmospheric conditions of the city produced a softness in the lighting that the soundstage lighting attempted to replicate. These sequences represent the only confirmed period during which the Pork Chop Express operated in real city locations during the film's production. The final image of Big Trouble in Little China shows Jack Burton driving the truck into the night. The scene begins with a close shot of Kurt Russell speaking into the CB radio. The camera then moves backward along the length of the truck, revealing the door lettering and sleeper before continuing past the trailer as the vehicle recedes into darkness. Cinematographer Dean Cundey later explained that the shot was created on a soundstage rather than on an actual highway. The truck remained stationary while lighting rigs mounted on long poles were moved past the vehicle to simulate motion. Artificial rain was added, and the camera pullback was achieved using a Luma crane. The result created the impression that the truck was driving away on a rainy night, even though it remained in place on a stage. This scene represents the last documented moment in which the Pork Chop Express was used during the production. Big Trouble in Little China opened in 1,053 theaters on July 2, 1986. The film earned approximately $2.7 million during its opening weekend. Production costs were estimated between $19 and $25 million. The studio had accelerated the production schedule partly to release the film before another project with similar themes, The Golden Child starring Eddie Murphy. Marketing materials promoted the film primarily as a conventional action picture featuring Kurt Russell. The film itself combined action, comedy, and fantasy elements in a structure that did not match typical genre expectations of the time. Critics Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert reviewed the film, but it did not perform strongly in theaters. 16 days later, Aliens opened and dominated the box office. Director John Carpenter later stated that the experience influenced his decision to stop working with major Hollywood studios. He said, "The experience was the reason I stopped making movies for the Hollywood studios. I won't work for them again." After the film's release, the sets were dismantled and the production equipment was cleared from the Fox lot. The Pork Chop Express was no longer required. Although the film did not achieve major commercial success during its initial theatrical run, it gradually developed a following through home video. The VHS release later, in 1986, introduced the film to audiences who had not seen it in theaters. Fans circulated copies, discussed the film in genre publications, and shared it at conventions and private screenings. Over time, the reputation of the film grew. When the DVD edition was released years later, John Carpenter and Kurt Russell recorded a commentary track that became widely known among fans. While the film's audience expanded, the original truck did not reappear publicly. No museum has documented ownership of the vehicle. No verified auction listing has surfaced. Collectors have not produced confirmed documentation of acquiring it. Model builders and enthusiasts have attempted to recreate the truck using scale models. Many of these projects involve modifying commercially available Freightliner kits with custom sleeper structures and handmade decals based on screenshots from the film. These reconstructions rely entirely on visual references rather than access to the original vehicle. The following details are confirmed. The Pork Chop Express was a Freightliner FLC 120 modified with a custom fabricated sleeper and painted gold and black. It was used during principal photography for Big Trouble in Little China between October 1985 and early 1986. It appeared during location filming in San Francisco and during studio work on the Fox lot. The final documented use of the truck occurred during the filming of the movie's final shot on a soundstage. After production ended, no confirmed public record identifies where the vehicle went. One unverified claim appeared in 2006 on an online prop-making forum suggesting that the truck had been used by Eastern Maine Community College as a CDL training vehicle. The comment did not include documentation, and the claim has not been publicly confirmed by the college. The possibility remains unverified. The truck may have been sold, repainted, repurposed, or scrapped without records linking it to the film. The available documentation ends with the completion of filming in 1986. The truck was built by a group of production crew members whose work was not intended to last beyond the film. Someone prepared the paint. Someone fabricated the sleeper structure. Someone applied the lettering to the doors and assembled the finished vehicle. Those crew members completed their work and moved on to the next production. At the time, the truck was a functional prop built for a film produced on a tight schedule. Over the following decades, the film found an audience that continued to revisit it through home media and later releases. The truck became a recognizable symbol associated with the story. The vehicle carried the character across the Golden Gate Bridge, through San Francisco's Chinatown, onto studio stages and into the final scene of the film. After production concluded, it left the set and entered an unknown history. If the truck still exists, it may now appear as an ordinary Freightliner from the mid-1980s with a slightly unusual sleeper configuration. Its connection to the film may no longer be visible. For viewers interested in deeper research into film history and the vehicles used in production, additional member-only videos are available through the channel membership program. Members also participate in selecting future topics and helping determine which stories will be investigated next.